Hi guys, so I just recorded how to wash your wool and now I'm going to record how to lanolize it. There we go. How to lanolize it. I have already done a few steps since I'm one-handed and yeah, I made it a little easier on myself. What I did was I gently turned the wool inside out. I like to lanolize my wool inside out because I feel like then the lano just hits where I actually need it to be waterproof. I also filled up my cup with hot water and filled up my sink with lukewarm water. I'll tell you along the steps of, in the steps when you're going to want to do this, so don't worry about it. So the first thing you're going to do is fill up your water, fill up your cup with hot water, like I already did. And you want to get really hot water because it helps melt down the lanolin, which I have right here. Mine's just the regular booby lanolin. So what you're going to do is take about an inch of the lanolin, and it is kind of like gross and sticky, so you need to jiggle it. There we go. And then just like a squirt of your baby wash, which just helps break up your lanolin. So I have a spoon right here. You can do this in a cup or a jar or a container. And you're just going to want to mix it until your lanolin is all broken up. You don't want any floaties because then your wool just isn't properly, isn't lanolized to the extent that it could be. So next you're going to want to fill up your sink with lukewarm water, like I already did. And then you're going to take your cup of lano water and just kind of dump it in there. I like to just like mix mine around a little bit. And then you're going to take your wool and you're just going to put it down in there. You're going to want to make sure, there we go. You're going to want to make sure that it's completely covered so nothing is sticking out of the water. It's completely, everything is going to get lanolized. You're going to want to let this sit for around 3 or so hours. A few hours at least. I like to let mine sit overnight sometimes, just because I like to make sure it's fully lanolized. But I will record the rest of this video once it's done lanolizing. Hi guys, so I'm going to finish up this video on how to lanolize your wool. So your wool's been soaking for a few hours in your lano bath. Looks like this. You know that it's working correctly when it looks like greasy, kind of, like silky almost, you know, if that makes sense to anybody. So you're just going to want to mess around with your bowl a little bit. You're going to want to, there we go, just let it drain off, drip off. And you don't want to wring your wool. You don't want to stretch it. I'm just going to empty out my lanolin bath. So now I have another towel. This one's dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up just like I wrapped it up the first time. One-handed, not so easy, by the way, if any of y'all were wondering. I folded mine long ways, like a hot dog, if you remember from school. Like a hot dog, not a hamburger. That way there was more fabric to help dry it out. So, once I unroll it, I am going to lay it out on this cookie sheet for you guys to see. When I turn off the video, I'm going to go and put it on racks that I have in my laundry room. They're basically just regular clothes laundry racks, you know, the kind you have your hooks on, your hair clothes. So I put that on top of it. You can lay it flat on something not like a cookie sheet that isn't able to aerate the top and the bottom, but it will take longer to dry that way, and you'll have to flip it. Your wool will take about 24-ish hours to dry. I like to let mine sit for about 2 days sometimes. I have a few covers, so I'm not really worried about it. I don't use wool all the time. But I just like to make sure it's completely dry before I use it. And another tip is, once it dries, it's still wet a little bit, but when it's wet and when it dries, it will feel sticky, and that's okay. That means that it's done correctly. After a few times, the stickiness will go away, and then to know you have to wash your wool, if it smells like pee when it's dry. When it's wet, it's okay, but if it's dry and it smells like pee, you have to wash it. Or if it gets any type of stool or poop on it, you also need to wash it. Okay? So have fun. Leave any comments below. Just let me know. Bye.